Hey everybody, and welcome back to Newegg TV. My name is Paul. We're here at the Trump Tower in Las Vegas, Nevada, covering CES 2013, and we're in the ASUS suite, which has lots of ASUS stuff. ASUS hardware. You guys may have seen a few of our videos already on it, but I'm here with Nick because Nick's going to tell us a little bit more about this device, which is right here on his right, which is the ASUS Transformer All-in-One. Now, I'm familiar with the Transformer Prime, the tablets you guys have come out with. They have the docking stations. They're really nice tablets. They've run on Android typically, although you guys have a Windows 8 version?
Yeah, with Windows 8 we came out with the VivoBooks also, which is in the same style. Yeah.
Same sort of style. Now this one, the Transformer, but it's an all-in-one, so it's got a dock, and then it's got this thing on top, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled, Nick. What
Sure.
can you tell me?
So, our Transformer All-in-One, here we go. So, as you can see, the display here is an 18.4-inch display, 1080p IPS panel. What makes it a Transformer is that actually the display is a tablet. It's got Tegra 3 inside.
That whole thing?
Yeah, and it's got Tegra 3 inside, and it's running, right now it's running Windows 8, but the tablet itself has Android 4.1.1 Jelly Bean. The Windows 8 that you see running is coming from the PC station here at the bottom, which comes in different configurations from a Core i3 all the way up to a Core i7. As you can see, or you might not be able to see here, but on the side here we have a nice little blue easy button. Clicking that button will make an easy switch over to Android, and you'll be able to switch between the OSs with an easy click of a button, just like that.
So just to clarify for our viewers out there, might not be familiar, Android does not run on x86 architecture, which is what we have under here. We have a Core i7 processor. This comes in also i3 and i5 variety?
i3, i5, and i7 will be the three models debuting.
Okay, yeah. But now you could not necessarily be running Android on this system, but you have a Tegra 3, which is an ARM-based processor, in the tablet. And this is actually the most amazing thing. Let me grab your mic so you can actually do this really quick.
Let's go ahead and show the Transformer in action here.
That is how it transforms. Aha.
So here we see the panel. On the back you've got an easy to carry handle, as well as a stand, which is adjustable to the angle that you wish, so that you can go ahead and set it down on a flat surface of your choosing.
So they're completely separated from that dock/computer. You have a standalone tablet.
Correct. So you have your standalone tablet, Tegra 3 base, 16 gigs, running the latest Android, and then on here the PC station is still going to be completely useful. So it's got an HDMI out. You can connect a monitor to it. You'll still be able to use Windows. The one thing that I can't show you in the demo today, which will be operational on the final unit, which will be available for purchase, will be that you'll still be able to use the Windows 8 from the PC station with the tablet while it's undocked. That'll be through the Splashpoint software.
Okay.
So automatically, if you're using Windows 8 on here, you decide to pull the tablet out, it'll automatically make that connection when you pull it out, and you'll still be using Windows 8 x86 from the PC station. So it won't be RT. You'll have access to all the applications that you want.
So that's just accomplished via Wi-Fi?
Yes, that's a direct Wi-Fi connection between the tablet and the base. So as long as you're within range, we're saying around 30, 40 feet, you're going to have the option of Android or Windows 8 while undocked. If you go out of range, you're going to be limited to Android.
All right, so just to sum up, if I can, with the tablet docked on here, you have an all-in-one computer that you can lay flat, use with Windows 8, full touchscreen capability. I imagine it's 10-point touch?
It's a capacitive 10-point touch.
10-point capacitive touchscreen. You can pull that off and use it as a large tablet, and you can run Android on it, so you can take it essentially wherever you want to go.
Exactly.
If you wanted to take it on the go.
Separated, we're looking at around 5 hours battery life as well.
Which is very nice for a screen that size. And then if you take it on the go and somebody's at home, they can plug in an HDMI to that, and they can still use the base of it as a separate computer.
Correct.
Well, I think you guys have kind of encompassed the term transformer, because that seems like.
And availability, we're looking at end of the quarter, so around March timeframe.
Nice.
And the base models will be starting at $11.99.
Okay, so if you guys are looking for a brand new PC experience, Windows 8, you want touchscreen, you want the tablet capability as well, that's a really awesome solution. And Nick, I'm not quite finished with you yet. I also wanted to take a look because, as we've seen, ASUS has done such nice work with the displays that you guys have, both in your all-in-ones, your tablets. You guys have several of those around, and there's one in particular that I want to go take a look at.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
All right, Nick, so you've brought me over here to this room where we have a nondescript monitor, which is nothing special about it, sitting right here.
So
No? Perhaps that's not a correct description. All right, this monitor is awesome, and it's also very simple, so it's not going to take very long. But I'm going to let Nick talk eventually. But look, all right, this is really light, and you notice there's only one plug going into it. That's that USB plug right there. So what's the deal here, Nick?
Correct. So this is our portable USB monitor solution, which we've really focused on the portability, as you've mentioned, the light, how light it is, and the fact that it only requires one cable. You're looking at a USB cable, USB 3 connection to provide the power and all the data. So this is based on the DisplayLink chip, and it's 15.6 inches, 1366 by 768. We're looking at sub 200 price point, and available around the end of the first quarter.
So what you got here, and this is exactly the demonstration you guys have set up. So there's a laptop over here, and using this as a secondary display. So if you've ever done much actual work on a computer, and you've used two screens, you get really addicted to that. And anytime you're back working with one screen, you're like, I need that extra real estate. So here you could just slide this in your case along with your laptop computer, like literally, like I can't emphasize how super light this thing is. Connect it to your laptop sitting right next to it. It's got this sort of a case and stand built right into it, and next you're working there with two screens. So really easy solution for that.
Exactly.
And all USB powered.
Yeah.
And it's not going here anymore, but what they're demoing before was it's full 1080, and they were actually playing two videos, one like side by side. Yep. Which is going to be kind of based, the ability to do that is going to be somewhat more based on the laptop they're using.
Correct.
But the fact that this can do that full screen, 1080 video, it's nice and clean, really good color reproduction, nice and bright, and a great addition to anyone who takes a laptop on the go, especially if you do work.
Yeah, I mean, just like you mentioned, a lot of the feedback that we're getting is positive from those people that are used to the dual monitors, and then they're going on the go on business or on travel, pop out that laptop, and they don't have that second monitor. So this is really, like you said, the ideal solution: light, portable, one cable, and you're good to go.
And I imagine there's lots of other applications for this as well. I mean, I could just see a case modder taking this thing, integrating it into a case, and be like, whatever case you set up there, just plug the USB in the back, and you're set to go with like a monitor on the side of the case. You can use it for, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Our fans are going to have tons of ideas, I'm sure, with a device like this. But that's going to wrap it up for our coverage with Nick. I want to say, Nick, thank you very much for sharing all this information with us today.
Thank you, Paul.
We have a few more things to show you guys for this video, because when I was talking to JJ earlier, he said he has some information to tell us about the monitors that he's using in there. So let's go take a look. All right, so I've pulled JJ aside once again because we've already talked to him about a lot of the hardware in this room. However, you might have noticed that there's quite a few monitors kind of scattered around here as well, and they all are sort of unique. They're all kind of geared towards specific purposes, but JJ's kind of give us a rundown, and we'll start with this one right over here.
Sure. This one's actually really interesting to look at. I mean, right off the bat, you're going to see it's an entirely different aspect ratio. It's actually 2560 by 1080, so it's an ultra-wide based monitor. This is really focused at two levels of usage. One, for users that are interested in looking at video content that's in a wide aspect ratio. So if you're a big video guy like me, you've looked at older films or stuff shot on a wider aspect ratio type of camera, the kind of super cinemascope type movies, you're going to get a full super wide image, which is just super immersive, super great in terms of that perspective. But at the same time, for people that are interested in very linear workflows, so if things for like Excel, database management, even video and audio editing, where you've got huge, long workflows.
You get a big old spreadsheet on there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really nice option. So this is geared towards a couple of different usage markets in that respect. In addition to that, you've got a beautiful, high quality IPS panel, so you got great color quality, you got great viewing angles, super thin. You see this beautiful frameless bezel design, but on top of that, the MX series also is about sound. So it's not only a combination of the image and the video quality that we're going to be able to present, but a sound experience. Our Sonic Master team has actually developed a special DAC implementation in there that gives us some great audio processing to be able to give you clean, clear, smooth, great soundstage, good tonality, specialized 3-watt speakers that are built in there that actually sound quite nice. So if you're listening to podcasts, streaming some music, want to watch some web-based video, check out Newegg TV for the latest, product breakdowns. it does a really nice job in that regard. You've got a line level input too, so if you want to go ahead and bust out, your smartphone or your tablet, you can go ahead and connect it in there, and you can go ahead and use it in that respect. So huge amount of flexibility, really nice quality in terms of the audio, some great picture quality with a great screen, and you can also see it even features our Pro Art quick fit technology, where you have the different bracketed modes, so where if you want to have alignment pictures or 8x4, 8x10, different types of formatting structure, you can go ahead and press the button to do that.
Throw up those guides on the screen.
Correct.
And not your stereotypical integrated audio.
Correct.
Just to reiterate that fact.
Yeah, definitely compared to your standard speakers, it's quite a bit better, and maybe you guys can get some firsthand experience. Maybe you can check it out in another room, and you can let users know what you actually thought about as far as the sound quality.
I will take a look.
Be coming pretty soon, probably towards Q2, about $599.
All right. Next up, we have the PA249Q. This is a ProArt series monitor. So this is another content creation geared monitor. So you're talking about really wide color gamut that it's able to reproduce.
Correct.
Also, again, additional features for folks who are doing video editing or photo editing who need really good color reproduction. And then you also have a 19:12 aspect ratio.
That's correct. So a lot of people that were sad when kind of the big 1080 push came and you lost some of that horizontal resolution are going to be really happy. So here we have an updated refined IPS panel, supports even a better delta E curvature. We've got 1900 by 1200 in terms of the resolution, so you get that nice uptick in horizontal workspace. We have independent 6-axis color control on here. Nice. We've got the 99% Adobe sRGB support as well as sRGB support, integrated USB 3 hub on the unit, as well as the classic design, which allows for 4-way flexibility in terms of tilt, pivot, adjustment, rotation. So really an awesome quality panel that is actually really friendly even with gamers that just want great image quality, but of course is definitely targeted towards those people that are looking for outstanding picture uniformity and color quality, whether it's for content creation, or for production purposes.
Now, if you are a gamer out there and you are looking for a new monitor, let's sort of we can shift over this way as. You might notice that all our mics are tethered to me. But we have these two monitors right over here.
Yeah.
Now, these are 3D monitors, but there's been a big push with 3D monitors to not use them for 3D, but to use them for their higher refresh rate, so you can get really, really good frame rates in games that you're playing.
Correct. And also input lag. For a lot of serious gamers, what sometimes you don't always realize is that there's an input lag between the processing of whatever's coming out of the graphics card to what you see on screen. And this can be sometimes like maybe a 1 frame, 2 frame, worst case maybe 3 frames that you don't necessarily see. So having a super fast response time and high refresh rate helps essentially mitigate this or eliminate it so that you have the quickest response experience. So these are based off of TNN panels, but as you can actually see yourself, we have very good viewing angle. We've got very good color gradation. So while not on the same class as IPS, still beautiful panels for gamers to be able to experience on. But the cool part is it's the world's first 144 hertz when 1 millisecond response panel. It's LED backlit. And the cool part is it's going to be at a much more reasonable price point because we're not including it with the 3D vision emitter of the glasses. Okay. So you're going to be sub $300, so you can take advantage of having that high refresh rate, low response time, and have an outstanding, gaming fluid experience. In addition to that, we've got 2 really cool features here with Game Plus technology, where we have an integrated on-screen timer. Okay. So that's great for guys, playing WoW, League of Legends, raids. They want to be able to have countdown timers, maybe get back to a spawn point, maybe you're trying to get somewhere on a map, different variables where that might come in handy. We're going to have multiple times that are present, or you can enter in your own, as well as for 3D gamers who sometimes were having issues where they had a great experience as far as it being really immersive, but the reticle or the crosshair was hard to see. We're going to have actually an aim point system where you can have different choices of reticles and place them at different parts of the screen to go ahead and give you an advantage in that respect. So these guys are actually going to be coming very, very soon, probably by the end of the month. So expect them very shortly. Some great pricing, and I'm sure this, along with the rest of the panels, you guys will probably be able to check out at Newegg TV.
So aside from the reticle, aside from the image that's being output from the computer onto the screen, you set up this reticle independently, and that way it's not going to be affected by any sort of the 3D simulation.
Correct, yeah. So you have an overall great experience with that. So those are 3 new panels that we're introducing here at CES, along with some awesome hardware, and I think you guys will probably be checking out some other cool stuff too.
I think we will, and we'll have JJ back in our studios as soon as we can possibly convince him to come. And that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. We've been taking a look at the ASUS Transformer out there, and some of the awesome new ASUS monitors that are either released already or coming out this year to flesh out that entire monitor line. This is JJ from ASUS. I'm Paul from Newegg TV. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.